Hey guys, happy Thanksgiving. I just wanted to show you my current collection and how I'm keeping everything and what my plans are for the future. So here we go. Alright guys, my fire alarm was going off, not sure what that was about. But here we go, up on the roof. This is my eucalyptus. Also have a couple other trees. This is a walnut tree and that one is a silk tree from India, I believe. Got some daylilies, but orchids are over here. So I'm just gonna. Alright, and here's the collection. I'm kind of still. I built a flower or a box. I'll show you later. But so I have mostly just my cymbidiums and zygos. Oh, I have some miltoniopsis outside still, and there's still some flowers. This one, I think this is the second flower that it gave me of the season. And then I picked up this beautiful dendrobium at Trader Joe's recently. Yeah, it was starting to rot, so I repotted it. But we'll see how it survives. These are some cymbidium that I got in a flask. So this is my first flask, because they're growing really well now that I have them outside. Had them, I think, for a year or so. So there's the other ones. But yeah, mostly, so this is some bunch of cymbidiums. There's these are a couple of miltoniopsis that were up there. I had them over here before in the summertime. I had a sunshade here as well, so that it was blocked from the sun. The thing about growing outside too is the sun is always moving, so you always have to be vigilant on checking to make sure that your plants aren't getting burned from the sun. You really should be checking on them every day, every couple days, just to make sure that everything's going well. There's another spike coming out there. Just noticed that. Okay, so yeah, I mounted a couple of orchids onto this. This is a breadfruit tree or similar. Adam knows what it is. But yeah, so I mounted this. This one might have to move. We'll see how well these ones do on here. I've been watering them every couple days, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, this is another Miltonia I picked up at Trader Joe's. This is my plumeria, and it fell off the shelf this morning because it started to rain, but it seems to be fine. I think the flower fell off, but I have this zygo. Just gonna move this cymbidium out of the way. There's a beautiful zygo here that's about to bloom, and this one I have just potted it in like potting soil, but I think when I repot it, I'll probably put it into fine bark or the cymbidium mix from Will Grow. I got a couple of beech trees I planted in here with this zygo, but yeah, this is another one that's gonna bloom soon. Oh. Coming out. And then this cattleya bloomed a month ago. I showed this actually last time when I was there. There was just these two blooms, but now there's another bloom that opened up. So beautiful. And I have some citrus that are mixed in here. But this is basically where I'm going to keep everything. Oh, the rain is screwing up my focus. I have a couple of pawpaw trees here. And my dendrobium it had a few flowers. I think just the rain. Actually, this one's still doing okay. But, oh, focus is not doing so great. There we go. This one's still okay. And then my Christmas cactus, or whatever season. Maybe it's a Thanksgiving cactus. But it's a bloom as well. These blooms are pretty much gone now. But yeah, this beautiful cymbidium, I'm hoping it'll flower this year. We'll see. Lots of new growths this year. Okay, yeah. A couple of leaves are coming off, but other than that. Oh, and then I have this dendrobium outside still, but I'm probably gonna move it in the next couple of days because it's basically just gonna rain. But the nice days definitely should go outside. You can still see it's got nice thick canes on it. And these ones don't seem to. I'll show you in the greenhouse. So this is my greenhouse. I built. I just built it like a month ago. Ordered it off of Amazon. I think it was about $400. And it was not the easiest to put together. I put together by myself. It's just basically all these little nuts. I'll show you inside. So we're gonna open it up for you. And again, it didn't come really with any way of closing the door. I think maybe there's some extra parts that I didn't buy. But so I just have this little piece of cardboard wrapped in tape holding the door closed, and I put some bubble wrap on the out frame to make it more less likely to lose heat. I just have a little little radiant heater in here. I put some cement slabs down because my husband's, well, I mean, everyone should always be worried that there's gonna be fire, but just as many safeties involved as possible. I believe also these are very like if it's knocked over or something, it'll turn off. So this is where I'm keeping most of my orchids right now. I am building another place in the house, but I haven't moved anything in there yet. So, and I don't have any lights in here, but I didn't have any lights last year either in my greenhouse, which I hopefully have showed you pictures of already. If not, I will. And the orchids did great. So I think the only, like, if it's a lot of rainy days, then I'll probably take the sun cover off, and then they'll get more light. But I'll tell you, I might as well start with the sad case. I moved everything in here, and everything was fine except for this cattleya. And I guess there was a reflection out of this window or something, and the sun was just hitting it right, and it got burned leaf here. This is probably gonna fall off, or like I'll probably have to cut around it maybe, or hopefully the whole leaf doesn't fall off. But this was the new growth that had the sheath in it for the flower, and I thought I was gonna get flowers this year. I was so excited. I've had this one for about 2 years. It's got some nice leaves on it though. It should be, it'll be fine next year. Just have to be more careful. But yeah, so it was all rotten here. I think I have a picture I'll show you. And the whole thing was just rotting, so I just ripped it off because it was gonna come off anyways. Hopefully it's still doing good. These leaves still look pretty green. This is a beautiful, I'm terrible with the names, Coppola grandiflora that I got from Odom Orchids in Florida. Well, I ordered it to Washington and then picked it up. But I mean, look at it, it's beautiful. It's gonna have hopefully some nice blooms in the spring. We'll see. But yeah, you can see this one is about to pop, which I'm pretty excited about. So I've basically put everything in here where I think it will be happy the most. And this is something that I am constantly moving plants around to make sure they're happy. Like if ones that are getting watered too much, I usually try to move them to the top. Ones that are not getting watered enough, just make sure that they're visible so that I'm watering them when I'm coming out to water. But I have a few other spikes. This is the Why Not. Oh yeah, CTNA Why Not. It's about to pop. Well, I mean, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks away. This air plant seems to really like it in here too. It's got little beautiful little flowers on it. A few other things. So that one's gonna bloom. This is another one I just recently got from Odon's as well. And then I ordered these ones too from Palmer Orchids in Florida. And when I've ordered them, I brought them over and I've told them that they're in a little bit of bark and rocks, and they don't seem to care. So But I mean, there is always that risk. Oh yeah, looks like a little flower spike coming up there too. Ooh, that's the Bessie. Exciting. Oh, there's another sheath on this one that I got too. This one's a hybrid. I don't really see the flower spike, but yeah, basically this is what was on this Cattleya, and it's gonna have a flower, but now it's not, but next year. So the thing when you're bringing your orchids in is you want to be checking for pests. So you want to check out under all the leaves, and the thing, the places where you're going to see them the most is I'm gonna bring this Cattleya out, and oh yeah, this one just flowered. I just got it from Tsinghua. This Cattleya Wallacei. Yeah. This one, and this heater's not even on because it's warm outside. But this is where you got to watch for bugs here. You can see that these Cattleyas, they have these sheaths when there's roots. This one I just got from yeah, I just got this one, and yeah, so you want to bring down or clean up all these sheaths, because this is where all the bugs get into. And yeah, it just takes some time, but yeah, I'll do this one later. But these roots, they go right down to the bottom, so you basically got to strip this down, and sometimes you'll find bugs like in here, like close to the base. So but this one doesn't have any bugs, but when they've been outside for a while, it's something you definitely got to check. Like I would check my orchids. I check my orchids probably at least once a week just for bugs. Like just basically take them all down, or take them down one at a time, or just have a look at them one at a time, turn the plant around, and then yeah, clean up all these sheaths if they need to be taken off, and just look to see that the plants, see that the pseudobulbs are plump. Like this is obviously a very healthy plant. Looking forward to seeing some flowers on it. New growth coming in here. So I also try to point, oh you can, there's the new growth. So I try to point the new growths towards me, so that, oh yeah, and another one here. So there's two new growths right here. So I will put this back on the shelf and place those towards me so that I keep an eye on the new growth, because that's where you obviously the most precious part of the plant that you want to keep an eye on. Yeah, and you can see a lot of my plants have new growths in here. I put these trays underneath here on plants that I feel like aren't getting moist enough, so that they'll sit in water for a bit and absorb more moisture. I do need to water in here. I think some of the plants are looking a little bit dry. I just wanted to show you kind of my setup. Well, yeah, I'm gonna put some fertilizer bags on top here, because I wasn't sure the best way of watering this one. This one got a little bit of bacterial infection, so I end up using some hydrogen peroxide on it. But the other ones are doing pretty good. I need to cut the old spikes off still. And then obviously the fan is very important. You need to have air circulation here. And I actually feel like my plants have been extra strong from being outside. I'll show you some pictures of some of the flowers that I had. And they're just so like robust flowers because of the stresses that they're getting from being outside. But oh yeah, and this one, it's gonna flower soon. I might bring it down. These are my, what are they called? Little jungle logs from the other presentation. I had slugs. That's another thing. Yeah, when you bring your plants in, it's hard to see the slugs, and I don't know. I think that slugs could actually probably still get in here through the floor. But I had a slug eating this dendrobium flower spike. That one's done. But this one still looks like it's gonna flower, so that's good. And this bamboo orchid It's in this pot down here and mixed in with my Sobrelias, which I think actually is not a good idea. I'm going to hopefully separate all these out soon. But the bamboo orchid, which is, I think at the base of it's right here, and that goes up and around, and down there is the flower. And I'll show you some pictures of it, but it's just beautiful. Like literally been sequential for a year now. Maybe a little bit less than a year, but just flower after flower after flower. And then I have the bubble wrap in here to help to keep the heat in. I also taped up all the seams in here because and actually when I bought the greenhouse, it did recommend to use that. So use some sort of, well, it said sealant or tape or something to keep it together. Because when I went to go get the sealant or the tape, one of the panels had already flown out. But I also didn't have it tightened down. Like, yeah, it's basically all held together with these little bolts. There's bolts everywhere. Everything's bolted together. And I will probably end up having to put up another layer of the bubble wrap on the inside here just for the peak. Once the weather gets colder. And then once I've moved some of these plants inside. I think a lot of my cattleyas will probably move inside, and then some of the cymbidiums will have to move in here once it gets cold. But I was doing a bit of cutting, so there's a little bit of dust on some of the plants. But yeah, these aroids have been doing well too. This one's got a little, what is it called? Flower, I guess. One now. And this, I forget what that one's called too, but yeah. Well, yeah, this one is gonna spike too. You can see the flowers just in there. See, so some of your cattleyas, you'll see they'll grow 2 or 3 leaves, but then the last one they grow of the season, they'll have this sheath on it, and this is where the flower's gonna come from. But, okay, let's move on to other things.